just coming back from the pasture here in muddy Arizona, getting ready for the Help My Horse Bucked Me Off webinar. So in this webinar, you will learn how your horse and you can feel safe, secure, and confident together on the ground as well as riding, and how you can test whether your horse has the mental, emotional, and physical fitness to be a reliable riding partner. How you can help your horse become fear-free, why desensitizing your horse is a bad idea and what to do instead. And if you like to continue to study with me, how you can take advantage of getting my $497 Masterclass totally for free. So let's head on into the house and get started. Hello and welcome, everybody. I am so excited to do this live. Let's get started with the headline. I got bucked off my horse. I have heard that over the journey of being an instructor and being with horses. This is now for over 30 years, a lot. And I bet everybody that watches has either experienced this or has heard it. You need to do the pre-ride safety check sequence in order to facilitate your horse having the mental, emotional, and physical capacity, balance to be a safe, secure, and confident riding partner, but also to test whether your horse is rideable. Today, tomorrow, in a week, in 2 months, whether you have your horse ridden yesterday or whether your horse sat in the pasture for 4 weeks or longer. This pre-ride safety check sequence is your step-by-step program that anybody can do. So if you have not met me yet, I am Petra Christensen. I'm the creator and founder of Genuine Connection Sportsmanship. And my passion, my life's passion, is to help horses and humans through leader principles and love, peace, and understanding to feel safe, secure, and confident together, without control or pressure-focused training techniques. And treats are optional, whether your horse is confident or unconfident. Your horse will respond to what you bring to the table. When your horse sees you as the lead, your horse will follow your suggestions, your ideas, your advice. If your horse still has questions, whether you are the lead or you're training with dominant training methods, pressure and release, control-based, dominance-based, show the horse who's boss, don't let her get away with that, make him do it, cause it to happen, whatever the verbiage is. When you are in trouble, your horse will first and foremost look out for him or herself, because no horse in the herd follows the dominant stallion. All horses follow the lead mare. Why do I say that? Because I had about 20 years ago a super scary riding experience, and I overrode what my horse told me. I overruled what my inner intuition told me, and I allowed my neighbor to run over my boundary when I said I do not want to get back on my horse, and she talked me into it. Those were the 3 reasons why my accident happened. How many of you can relate to one or all 3 of those reasons? Your horse told you something, you didn't listen. Your intuition told you something, you didn't listen. Somebody else told you something, and you overrode your own boundaries, and you listened to that person. That's when we are not the lead for ourselves, nor for our horse. So it is absolutely vital that your horse, whether it's a trail horse or whether you ride in the arena or whether you hop on your horse and go into the mailbox and walk back home, in order for your horse to feel safe, secure, and confident, this is what your horse needs to be able to do. On a 22-foot line, your horse needs to be able to walk with rhythm, relaxation, and interconnection with you. Your horse needs to be able to do that at a trot. Your horse needs to be able to do that at a canter without saddle. Your horse needs to do that to the left as well as to the right and in all transitions. Whose horse currently cannot do all transitions with rhythm, relaxation, and interconnection? If that's the case, you should not be riding your horse. Your horse is missing mental, emotional, and physical balance. Okay, it's very, very important. The next thing that your horse needs to be able to do is jump over something. And that's, if I haven't heard it before, now I get the objection of, oh, my horse doesn't jump. I don't need that. Yes, you do need that. And here is why. First of all, your horse needs mental, emotional, and physical balance to be able to jump over something. Your horse will also round his or her back when she jumps over something. And if your horse has any tendency to buck, you will see it in that moment. If your horse has any tendencies to buck on the saddle, you will see it when you do the same sequence with saddle. Because guess what? You should walk, trot, canter to all upward and downward transitions, not just upward, not just downward, upward and downward transitions, okay? That means from a walk to a trot, from a trot to a walk, from a trot to a canter, from a canter to a trot, from a canter to a walk, from a walk to a canter. Your horse should be able to do all these transitions with rhythm in the gait, with relaxation in the body, in the mind, and in the emotions, and with interconnection to you. If you are with your horse in the round pen and your horse looks outside, your horse tells you, I do not want to be here, and I do not look for you for being safe, secure, and confident. I am trying to find something out here that feels better than here. Very, very important. I do not like round pens. Round pens are created to control the horse. Plus, it puts your horse in an unhealthy posture and makes it hard for the horse to balance because your horse will fall on the inner shoulder in a round pen. So this idea of doing it first without the saddle and then with the saddle is absolutely vital. And I'm not telling you that because I want to create more work for you and I want to take that goal of riding your horse further away from you. I'm telling you that because I want you and your horse to feel safe, secure, and confident together. The next thing of the pre-ride safety check sequence is rhythmic motion. You might have heard about it when people talk about desensitization or when people talk about the Pirelli-friendly game, right? I do not talk about desensitization. I do not talk about rhythmic motion at a standstill. Rhythmic motion or friendly game at a standstill will create brace tension, anxiety, stress, worry, and fear in your horse. I have yet to see in all the years that I've been teaching a horse that was completely 100% relaxed in their body, mind, and emotions by being desensitized, especially at a standstill. So what do we want to do instead? We want to do habituation, okay? I want to get to the point where I could lose low, medium, and high energy while I'm telling my horse something else with my intent, energy, and body language. Why do I want to do that? Because that's when I know that my horse responds to my intent, energy, and body language and not outside influences. I want to be able to move that stick as hard as I can, backwards and forwards, and slap the ground. And in my body, I am saying, let's stop. And my horse will stop with me instead of getting all googly-eyed over what's over there. I want to do the same thing with an upward transition. I want to do very little rhythmic motion. And in my body, I have enough motion for my horse to move forward at a trot or a canter. And if you're saying right now, oh, this is hard, it doesn't have to be hard. You just need to know the how. And so I want to hop in my masterclass and I want to show you, this is how your horsemanship and the relationship with your horse can be when you use interconnection, when you use lead mare principles, when you use love, peace, and understanding versus control and pressure focused training techniques, including the make the wrong thing difficult and the right thing easy idea. It's not relationship building. Okay. I used to be a Pirelli instructor for 3 years. I was very successful. I taught Mark Weiler for an entire winter every day. He was the president of Pirelli. I had a successful Pirelli instructor business. I was teaching at the ranch as well as out in the field. And there came a moment where I decided that I needed to go out and create my own program. And my own program is built on the experiences that I had. The things that didn't work for me in natural horsemanship and that I saw didn't work for my students and for their horses. The experience that I had with a scary, scary riding accident and almost on the verge of giving up my horses because I could not figure out how to regain my confidence with traditional horse training techniques and advice. I've talked about the idea that my horse is just a trail horse. The other thing is I just want to walk around with my horse. Please, 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 please. Your horse has to, even if you don't want to trot and canter, your horse has to know how to move on the saddle with a walk, a trot, and a canter for you to be able to walk. You have to be able to do the entire pre-ride safety check sequence in order for you to walk around on your horse. Otherwise, your horse is not mentally, emotionally, and physically balanced, or you don't know whether your horse is, and you're putting yourself or somebody else and your horse at risk. Every time we fall off our horse, we're denting our relationship with our horse and we're adding to another poor experience that our horse has. A rider falling off a horse is as traumatizing for them as it is for you. So you have the opportunity to not do this, oh, let's try and see whether it works kind of thing. You have a sequence with my pre-ride safety check where you will, without a doubt, know whether your horse is rideable or not. And so if you want to feel safe, secure, and confident, if you want your horse to feel safe, secure, and confident, and it comes from me wanting for you to have the best relationship with your horse, with others, and yourself. That's why my program is called Genuine Connections, horsemanship. With the horse, with you, with others, and with yourself. So let's hop into my masterclass and I'll show you what I'm talking about. That's the beauty of Zoom. I can share my screen. Okie dokie. So here we are in my masterclass, module number 1. You've heard me talk about the Happy Horse Inventory. The Happy Horse Inventory is something that I have developed, seeing that my students show up in the riding arena and suddenly they want to work with a horse and they're saying this is working and this is not working and this is working and this is not working. When I see all those little things, how the horse, came out of the trailer, how the horse behaves when the halter comes on, how the horse behaves during feeding times, how the horse behaves when it is being led, how the horse behaves, etc., etc. Those are 10 everyday tasks where you will develop an intuitive taking inventory all the time idea. You're taking inventory all the time of your horse's feelings and feedbacks, and you will always start with relaxation. You will go back to relaxation as necessary so that you can finish with relaxation. So we talk about the relaxation and body awareness for the human. That's a 16-minute audio that you can download, super vital. You can use it all the time. My students tell me they sleep better when they do it in the evening, and it really helps them to stay mindful and present. Let's talk about space. There is a reason why that is there as one of the very first videos, because your horse establishes her position in the herd through space conversations. And most of the time, my students come to me and they're not aware of their space, and their horse is either pushing on their personal space or even demanding and occupying their personal space. You need to honor your personal space at all times. Very, very important. So the 10 tasks, I talk about each task and I give you ideas and suggestions and hands-on advice with my horses in these videos on what is important when it comes to the happy horse inventory. I talk in detail about the whole thing of reintroducing the saddle to the horse. If your horse has a tendency to buck, you need to do the saddling 101. It's absolutely vital. When I got my mare Cash, I was told my horse would always buck. There was nothing I could do about it. Don't believe these things that people tell you. My horse does not buck anymore because I helped her through the emotional baggage that she had associated with the saddle and with riding. Okay, so we go in detail through those 10 tasks. Relaxation, relaxation. That's where I introduce students' horses, mostly rescue horses, because there we see a lot of the behaviors that probably you are experienced, because if you're listening to me, you are a heart-centered horse lover and you've probably have a rescue horse or a horse with baggage and you don't want to sell the horse. You want to help the horse to feel better. So this is all about that. This is about where do you start with relaxation? What do you do when your horse loses relaxation? And how do you end with relaxation? Because guess what? Relaxation is the absence. Okay, we have no brace, tension, anxiety, stress, worry, or fear. That means that you and your horse can be safe and secure together, and you can start to work on being confident together, and you can work on interconnection. You have to have rhythm. You're establishing rhythm with module number 1, right? With a happy horse inventory, we're establishing rhythm on a daily basis with steady positive patterns. In module number 2, we can then build on the, was the wrong module. We can then build on the rhythm and we can introduce relaxation. And I go through all the scenarios that could potentially happen. And I also share with you when you're missing relaxation in the happy horse inventory tasks, what to do. For example, here, this is one of my students' horses in Alabama, and she was a very tolerating horse, obedient, but was not accepting and had all kinds of things to say, and therefore was not a relaxed horse. And so my student has come very, very far with this horse because she has gone through the Masterclass, and now they are going on trail rides and they can walk and they can trot and they can canter, and her daughter even jumps and does cross eventing with this horse. So you will always see a video, you will have a written summary, and every lesson builds on the next one. So let's go back to the categories. So module 2, you do the 6 essential happy horse inventory tasks with relaxation. Not just with rhythm, but with relaxation. Module 3, this is what I've been talking about today. This is where it gets really important. First of all, you need to learn the communication sequence so that you communicate like your horse with intent, energy, and body language. And how we can use our intent and how we can use pictures to help our horse see what we would like to achieve. To refine your communication, to help your horse when your horse is afraid of the stick. If you are right now not using a stick because your horse is afraid of it, don't. You have to help your horse to overcome his or her fear of the stick, because otherwise your horse will be afraid of different things in addition to the stick. It's a wonderful opportunity to help your horse feel more safe, secure, and confident with you. Here we are getting into the directional and non-directional energy. And I start out at liberty. This is very, very, very important. Don't start out with your horse on a lead rope at a standstill. You are creating brace, tension, stress, anxiety, worry, and fear in your horse if you do this. You can access my course on any platform, whether it's your computer or your phone or your tablet, it does not matter. So let me show you here real quick. For example, walking towards rhythmic motion. This is where it becomes very, very important that your horse learns to listen to your intent, energy, and body language and ignores outside circumstances. In this circumstance, the stick, but out on the trail, the bunny, or in the riding arena, the plastic bag that floats by, or out on the road, the dog that charges at the fence. Those are the beginnings where you can help your horse to become fear-free. And how we show up is what our horse responds to. So you need to learn about yourself. This is before you get in the saddle. Why do you do things that you do, and why do you not do the things that you do, and what is holding you back from being the lead for your herd of two? There are some exercises here that I lead you through: the awareness, the understanding, the 3 responsibilities, how to take action, how to keep momentum, but also how to find balance in the saddle. Because if you don't have physical balance on the ground, you will not have it in the saddle. And it's vital for your horse to feel safe, secure, and confident with you. In module 5, we're going through all the basic foundational riding skills. And here you can see how you use your intent, energy, and body language when it comes to riding. Something as simple as lateral flexion. So many humans will tell you, maybe you even have experienced, the one rein stop doesn't work. Why does the one rein stop not work? Because the horse has never really truly happily and willingly followed a feel into the lateral flexion, and you have actually taught your horse to lean into pressure by not knowing better. Okay, and I go over that in the course. How do you stop your horse from leaning into you, whether it is mentally, emotionally, or physically? If your horse does not follow a feel, please do not ride your horse. When your horse does not follow a feel, that means all the aids that you use while riding are limited because your horse still pushes into pressure. And that's what horses naturally do. You have to teach your horse to follow a feel. And I don't just teach physically, I teach mentally and emotionally as well. Your intent, your energy, your body language. That is how we communicate. You have 10 theme-based workshops that go over various scenarios. You can watch these workshops, or you can listen to them in the car. You have the entire spring enrollment Q&A. You can download those. I can't remember, but this is probably over 20 hours of Q&As where you can solidify your knowledge when you're jogging or shoveling poop or riding in the car. That is so valuable to listen to that and hear the principles over and over again. And then, of course, you and your horse can confidently workshop is included, where I teach you all the things that have to be in place so you can canter with your horse and you don't have a poor experience. I share in the course in detail. There's not enough time. I mean, I could talk about this for days, okay? There's not enough time in this Zoom. But for $297, you get a 1-hour strategy session with me. We're creating a customized roadmap. You bring your videos, you bring everything you know about your horse. You tell me where you currently are, where you want to be, and together we will create a roadmap. You get my entire masterclass with all the goodies that I just showed you. This is $497. You can go on my website, genuineconnectionshorsemanship.com, become a student. You can see what's included, and it really is $497. And I give that to you for free because I don't want somebody else to have a poor experience or get hurt when I can avoid it. So I hope this was valuable for you. If you have any questions, please hop in the comment section, share all those questions, and feel free to book one of those sessions that I have available for just $297, and you get the masterclass for free. That is the best offer that I've ever had, and I do it because I'm passionate and I want to do something for you and for your horse and keep you safe, secure, and confident. And this is your gateway to it. Super affordable. Thank you so much. As always, be blessed and with lots of love, because love makes everything better, including our horsemanship. Love you all.